10 local authorities with highest rates of destitution in the UK. Destitution should be the last thing to occur to anyone in the UK. Yet, over 1 million children are living in destitution of horrifying levels throughout the country, as their parents cannot afford to feed them and keep them warm, dry and clean. Across all age groups in 2022, approximately 3.8 million people experienced destitution, according to a charity report. 6 of every 10 people were said to be in destitution, lacking enough food, while a good number couldn't afford the heating. This prompted us to research the poverty level in each local authority, and we're pleased to share our findings with you in this video. The 10 local authorities with the highest rates of destitution in the UK. 10. Luton. Luton is the right place to begin because, according to our source, it is in the 10th position on the list of the 10 local authorities with the highest rates of destitution in the UK. On this and many other local authorities to be mentioned on this list, we will dwell so much on the Joseph Rowntree Foundation. It cited the rising cost of living and the increasing cost of essentials together with many families face as contributing factors to the rapid rise, plunging many more into poverty, deprivation and destitution. Approximately 10.5% of households in the local authority area are living in destitution. In other words, they can't afford essentials like shelter, heating and clothing. 6 in 10 people in destitution there have confirmed that didn't have enough food. The foundation said the number of kids in abject poverty had almost tripled in just 5 years, with many parents struggling to get the food they need. 9. Kingston upon Hull. Next is Kingston upon Hull, usually shortened to Hull. This unitary authority area in the East Riding of Yorkshire lies upon the River Hull. With a population of over 260,000, it is the 4th largest city in the region of Yorkshire, and the Humber after Leeds, Sheffield and Bradford. Its over 800 years of seafaring history has earned it the name Yorkshire's Maritime City. Nevertheless, it's one of the local authorities with the highest rates of destitution in the UK. Kingston upon Hull is ranked among the top areas with noticeable levels of deprivation and poverty. Inequality levels here are so high no thanks to deprivation and poverty. As a result, there can be a whole lot of differences in the information presented for different groups of individuals. This is based on deprivation in a place where each person lives. 8. Southwark. Moving on to Southwark. Comparing recent reports from different sources, Southwark's level of poverty and deprivation is remarkable, with 31% of its population living in poverty. The London Borough of Southwark, which is in South London, and forms part of Inner London ranks among London's most deprived areas. Southwark ranked as the 41st most deprived borough out of the 326 local authorities in England. In 2007, the Southwark was in 26th and 17th position in 2004. The borough's deprivation ranking has fluctuated over the years. It was ranked 17th in 2004 and 26th in 2007 among local authorities. When focusing on London's specific rankings, it's the 6th most deprived borough in 2004, moved to 9th in 2007, and was ranked 12th in 2008-2010. In the domain of income, including adults and children on benefits, Southwark ranked 25th most deprived borough, compared to 18th in 2007 and 2004. The employment domain is not better for Southwark. 7. Newcastle upon Tyne. It'll be interesting to talk about Newcastle upon Tyne at this time, as one of the local authorities with the highest rates of destitution in the UK. This location is one of those that has a significant level of poverty and deprivation. A notable percentage of the population of Newcastle upon Tyne are experiencing destitution. Even the gory figures reflect Newcastle upon Tyne on a ward level. Of course, we should acknowledge the fact that the census was carried out during the height of the pandemic. Therefore, they may not reflect normal levels. The data also contains the proportion of those in part-time work and those considered underemployed. 6. Brent. The London Borough of Brent, or the Brent Council, is the local authority in charge of the borough in Greater London, one of the 32 in London. Brent is one of the local authorities with the highest rates of destitution in the United Kingdom. According to our source, Brent has a highly significant level of deprivation and poverty. A great percentage of Brent's population is experiencing destitution. 5. Nottingham. Nottingham also deserves a mention here as one of the local authorities that have the highest rates of destitution in the UK. Our source found Nottingham ranking 11th out of 317 districts in England for deprivation in all of its 182 lower super output areas, LSOAs. It used the average score measure. This means that a significant percentage of the population in Nottingham lives in high levels of poverty and deprivation. 4. Leicester. Leicester is another one of the local authorities in the UK with high rates of destitution. Some recent reports rank Leicester 18th most deprived for income deprivation. According to that survey, 12% of its population reside in the most deprived 5% of areas nationally. Additionally, 40% of the Leicester population resides in the most deprived 20% of areas nationally for income deprivation. New data released by government sources show that hundreds of households in the local authority area are classed as deprived. Figures from the 2021 census also reveal areas across Leicestershire that are the most deprived. Interestingly, Leicester, the largest city in the East Midlands, with a 2022 population of 373,399 tops the list. Some 639 households in the city are labelled as deprived in 4 determining categories. 3. Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough is one of the 3rd local authorities with the highest rates of destitution in the UK. To start with, the town of Middlesbrough was incorporated as a municipal borough in 1853. When elected county councils were established in 1889, as it was considered large and capable of providing their own county-level services. Since it was made a county borough, it became independent from the new North Riding County Council. Of course, it remains part of the North Riding of Yorkshire just for ceremonial purposes. Yet, our source ranks Middlesbrough as the 3rd most destitute place in the UK. Looking critically, this indicates that a significant portion of the population in Middlesbrough is going through extreme material hardship. Here in Middlesbrough, it remains a struggle to meet basic needs. 2. Manchester. As we get closer to the end of this list, we find Manchester as one of the local authorities with the highest rates of destitution in the UK. The figures from the Joseph Rowntree Foundation show that Manchester has the 2nd highest destitution rate in the country. The fact that 2.01% of its population was said to be experiencing destitution at the time the figures were released. The report further finds that 3.8 million people in the UK live in destitution. To be reminded, destitution here means going without the essentials we all need to live meaningfully, such as food to eat and heat to stay warm and dry. These 3.8 million people include around 1 million children. That has recorded an 88% increase since 2019. The group Greater Manchester Poverty Action, GMPA, has admitted that Manchester is a poverty leader and is working hard to end poverty in Greater Manchester and beyond. 1. Newham. The convenient spot to end this discussion is Newham, the local authority with the highest rate of destitution in the UK. Newham London Borough Council, also known as Newham Council, is the local authority in charge of the London Borough of Newham in Greater London. It is one of the 32 London Borough Councils. According to a study by the foundation referenced in this video, Newham potentially has the highest destitution rate in the country. About 2.01% of its population is experiencing destitution. Of course, the local community and authorities are toiling laboriously to address the issue, though their efforts are yet to yield any remarkable positive. Newham also has about 0.83% migrant destitution rate, 0.24% more than overall second-place Manchester. The Migrants' Rights Network predominantly attributes this situation to the lack of recourse to public funds. NRPF. This NRPF policy has been blamed for migrants' inability to receive local authority support. This has left thousands of people without safety net, pushing them to extreme poverty. Conclusively, what do you think can or should be done to better the lot of people in these 10 local authorities with the highest rates of destitution in the UK? Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.